could get roll call, sorry, this meeting of Monday, August 24th. And if we can get more roll call, Marcella, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you. Councilmember Condi.
Here.
Councilmember Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Solario.
Here.
Councilmember Weiss.
Here.
Councilmember White.
Present.
Vice Mayor Nielsen.
Here.
And Mayor Pineda.
Here. Thank you, Marcella. I believe we have two members of the public who wish to speak. I know that we have some public comments that were submitted as well, but I believe there are only two speakers. Am I correct, Marcella?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Public comment. I'll read the names for all of these.
I'm sorry.
You're cutting out, Marcella.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have several public comments that position of the flock. And I can read the names. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. But you are kind of lagging on my end.
Zachary, the mayor will announce you when it's time for you to speak. But let me read the names of the individuals who submitted public comment. So I have Michael Hoffman, Nicholas Carroll, Naya Smith, Michelle Cadell, and Peter Dunaway. And their comments, Mayor, will be included in the minutes for today's meeting.
Thank you so much, Marcella. I appreciate that. So I'm just going to go based on what I see here from the two speakers in no necessary order. But first, if I can have Zachary Markey, please feel free to present.
Hi. Thank you.
Hi, good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Firstly, I have sources for all the various claims I'll be making. So if anyone wants them, just email me. I could give my email address to whoever. My name is Zach Markey. I'm an ASU grad, a Brophy College prep grad, and I've grown up at Avondale. My family moved to Litchfield Park in the 90s. Recently, my fiance and I moved back to Avondale. We've loved the small town feel of the West Side, the walkability, and how safe, beautiful, and clean the area is, until now. When I heard about flock ALPRs, or automatic license plate readers, my first thought was that the West Side citizenry, who fancy themselves as modern cowboys, would have resisted this overreach of not only the state itself, but a private third-party vendor who can manipulate or sell the data they're collecting. Boy, was I wrong. ALPRs sacrifice our constitutionally granted rights with the false promise of increased safety. Flock is an anti-American and anti-police dragnet surveillance. If they were for the police, they would have built safeguards into their products so that any bad apples would not be able to abuse the system, but they didn't. In fact, officers aren't even required to submit an existing case file in order to use the system. The field will accept literally any text. Officers have written vague terms like sus, alarming terms like protest or protester, and mocking terms, with one officer repeatedly writing la 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 several dozen times. Flock claims that dragnet surveillance is worth the safety it provides. Well, how useful was that costly safety when recently in Litchfield Park, Matthew Flores brutally murdered his own parents and then fled the country? Litchfield is in the top 5% of highest ALPRs per capita, yet a killer walks free. Flock claims they solve Amber Alerts, yet when the vast majority of them still go unsolved. The AI also constantly makes mistakes, or according to Flock, officers mistake the results as relevant when they're not. A completely innocent Florida woman spent 13 days in jail because the Florida Highway Patrol insisted she was involved in an accident based on incorrect AI data. She only had the same model of the car, not even the same color. And when the officers failed to find any evidence of the crash on her vehicle, they simply lied. She was only able to clear her name when a more competent investigator took over. She is now suing that department. This all took 7 months, harassing a completely innocent citizen for half a year because of a mistake, and now most likely paying a huge sum of taxpayer dollars in the lawsuit. What a treasonous waste. Flock ALPRs are also insecure. Anyone can hack them, be it criminal, terrorist, or human trafficker. In fact, they recently left 60 of their Condor cameras vulnerable to the internet. They didn't even need hacking. Anyone who stumbled upon the links could immediately, without a username or password, see everything from playgrounds to parking lots with people. Flock ALPRs are also more dangerous than they've claimed. For years, they've told the public they cannot recognize, ID, or track individuals. But Wired.com just reported that Flock has now built a system that does both. Excuse me. An officer no longer needs a plate, name, or crime to begin. They simply supply a place, a stretch of time, and a pattern of behavior. Flock is just one of several ALPR manufacturers. Companies like Axon and Motorola are also on the rise, but let me be clear. Citizens don't want any automatic license plate readers or any other dragnet surveillance at Avondale. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mayor. I believe you might be muted.
Thank you. I apologize. Thanks again, Zachary, for presenting. The individual I have next is Zachariah Shazada. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, good evening. Let me just pull up my notes real quick. I apologize about that. Council members, my name is Zachariah. I am a 13-year-old, and I'm here because of me being extremely concerned about our privacy. I understand that everyone here in Avondale wants a safe community, but surveillance in Avondale and mass surveillance will not be the answer and will not solve anything in Avondale. Wall cameras have information on thousands of people who have done absolutely nothing wrong. They record where vehicles have been, where they're going, and when they were there. That means innocent people are having the movements tracked without ever being suspected of a single crime. I believe we can support public safety while also protecting everyone in Avondale's privacy at the same time. I ask you guys, and Mr. Mayor Panetta, to consider not using these flaw cameras anymore and to look for a better solution and a more safer option that doesn't include collecting information and basically watching everyone in Avondale. Thank you for your time. Please reconsider having flaw cameras in Avondale.
Mayor, I'm sorry, you're muted again.
I apologize again. Marcella, you mentioned earlier that the other public comments from the other submissions will be put into the public record, correct?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, we will put their full comments within the minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we're moving on to item number 3, consent agenda. Are there any other members of council who wish to pull an item for separate consideration? Seeing none or hearing none at this moment in time, if I can get a motion for the consent.
Mayor, this is
motion.
Councilmember Condi. Motion.
Okay, I heard Councilmember Condi with a motion, but I also heard another council member.
It was Councilmember Solorio. I can second.
Okay, perfect. So we got a motion from Councilmember Condi, a second from Councilmember Solorio. Marcella, can we please do a voice vote?
Thank you. Councilmember Condi,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Solario,
Aye.
Councilmember Weiss,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nielsen,
Aye.
and Mayor Pineda.
Aye. Thank you. Consent agenda passes. At this time, item 4 is adjournment. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
This Vice Mayor Nielsen, I'll move for an adjournment.
Okay. Do we have a
I'll
second?
second it. This is Councilmember Weiss. I'll second it.
Okay, thank you so much. We got a motion from Vice Mayor Nielsen, a second from Councilmember Weiss. Can we please get Marcella, a voice vote?
Thank you. Councilmember Condi,
Aye.
Councilmember Garcia,
Aye.
Councilmember Solario,
Aye.
Councilmember Weiss,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Nielsen,
Aye.
and Mayor Pineda.
Aye. Okay, everybody, we have adjourned. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in person next week.
Thank
Bye,
you. Have a good
everyone.
night.
Have a
I
good
thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Good night.